So today we're here to count down my top 10 favorite numbers in honor of hitting 200 subscribers. How do we do this? Simple. Take a look at all the numbers and go with the ones that left the biggest impact. What were the most important to the Yu-Gi-Oh story? And how did they influence everything? And, well, without further ado, two little stipulations. One, I'm including chaos numbers and over 100 numbers. Why? Because they're numbers, and it's my list. I can do whatever I want. Also, I've chosen to exclude number 39 Utopia, as I think he has a bit of an unfair advantage as he is a franchise mascot, so he gets more screen time and more stuff to do. But without further ado, let's get started. Number 10 is number 11 Big Eye. Why? Because, well, he had such a great appearance. He was used by a really fun, creepy villain, and when he shows up, he has such a great, fun, creepy presence to him. The way he steals Utopia, the way he's so simplistic but does so much, has a great score accompanying him, great aura, just great use of a card, and a great way to really set up the coming of number C39 Utopia Ray. Number 9, admittedly, this one wasn't super relevant to anything, but I love number 83 Galaxy Queen. It has such a great role in the 2 episodes it's in and leaves such a great impact because when you know the story behind it, you look at it and it'll never forget you. You'll always remember it. I thought it was really clever the way it used the boy's mother. I thought what was going on with him was really good, especially in America with how we over-glorify our celebrities. I really thought this was such just an interesting idea and a great idea for a card. Love the design. Number 8 goes to our first number 17 Leviathan Dragon. When you've got to start up a 3-year-long plotline, you better be cool. Fortunately, number 17 Leviathan Dragon is freaking badass. This is such a cool design card. It had such a great entrance. It was so scary and cool as it had to just sort of break away all this slice of life kid high school stuff. As all this card did was show up, be awesome, and need an equally awesome card to beat him. Number 8, I am not going to say this name, it's too long, but it's just a fun, creepy card. Tron is such a great villain, and to give him this just weird-looking card, like it's so off-putting just for how bizarre the design is. Plus, the mask really takes away any sort of relatable, organic features to it, similar to Tron and his own mask. The main reason this one is a little bit lower on the list than some of the other Tron family cards is because he was really only used successfully once, which is a damn shame, but I get it. He left such a big impact. It's still worth knowing he's here. Number 6 is weirdly number 6 Anomaly Atlantis. I love this card because Anomalies are one of my favorite archetypes, but more importantly, what I loved about this card was that throughout Yuma and 3's duel, and you see all the different Anomalies, you see how they're all colorful and uniquely designed, and then you see this guy who's just a giant creepy rock monster. Why is this a good idea? Because it represents 3's arc. He starts out as such a colorful, bubbly, happy-go-lucky kid who just wants to help people, and he's very much like Yuma. But the pressure from Tron and his brothers pushes him to have to become a monster. So seeing this monster that is stripped away of any color and uniqueness to it is like 3 and such a great visual metaphor. Plus its powerful effect and badass duel really led for this thing leaving a huge impact. Number 5 is number 15 Gimmick Puppet Giant Killer. Yeah, he's Giant Killer because that is the name he deserves. This card is awesome. 4 is such a great character because he's so charming and charismatic for the first few episodes. Yeah, he's sinister, but he's kind of nice about it. When this guy showed up and his number came out to play, oh god, did it go in such awesome directions. He was psychotic, he was villainous. This card's design is very haunting. Similar to number 11 Big Eye, it's very simplistic. It's just a puppet, but there's something very creepy about that. The missing heart, the way it sucks in monsters and eats them, this is the kind of card you expect to see it walking down the street murdering puppies as it goes. Coming in at number 4 is the 7 Sins, number 77, the only manga card on here. I love the way the spiders were used throughout the Zale manga. This spot really belongs to all the spider numbers. It was such a creepy aesthetic that added to the creepy character who used them. And that's what I liked. These spiders were used to enhance the character, not be the main focus. The character would have been interesting no matter what, but when you throw in this really off-putting creature, it really just makes it all that better. Plus this card's effect and the way you bring it out, it feels really like a big final boss, so that epicness is maintained throughout. Number 3, number 32, Shark Drake. Yeah, I love Ryoga and I love his cards. Shark Drake is such a scary, vicious looking killer. This is a monster who looks like he will murder you. It's such a viscerally cool design. I love how it contrasts Utopia, who is meant to be like the proud, majestic, heroic knight. Nah, this is a monstrous killer shark. Even the effects are opposite. Utopia negates attacks to protect you. Shark Drake gains multiple attacks to rip you to pieces. Like, it's such a cool card, and I love the way it's premiered, and I love the way Ryoga takes control of it, and I just love so much about its use and its impact and how it, just from beginning to end, this card did so much. Number 2, number 96, Dark Mist. Many people believe the best number of them all. While he is definitely one of the coolest ones, there's one ahead of him. But keeping on this card, what a fantastic use in the anime. He's scary, he's creepy, the way he's played is very fun. Like, he's a very sadistic villain, and the card itself looks amazing, feels so monstrous and violent. Every time number 96 showed up, I got excited because it added such a layer of mystery and violence to the whole situation that was just perfect. Now, the reason though he can't be number 1 is that ultimately I didn't really understand what he was supposed to be. Was he some sort of servant of Dawn 1000? Was he a number that just didn't want to be with Astral? Knowing what we knew about the numbers at the end, it kind of just confused him and kind of made his overall presence in the show a little lackluster, but still just an amazing card. Number 1, the reason I made the exception for over 100 in Chaos numbers, number C101, Silent Honor Dark. Oh, this card, I love it. First up, the simplest fact, design. Amazing looking card. It looks like Black Ray Lancer's final evolution, as it is Ryoga's final evolution. As he becomes Nash and reassumes his form as the leader of the Baryons, he has to take on this darkness, and that is what this card is. Its red and black really is striking in visual appearance. Its effect is amazing, but it's just the fact that it had such a story purpose. The coming of this card represented the final chapter of Zale. It represented Ryoga going to the dark side, and it represented the ultimate contrast to Yuma. This card is very much like Utopia, but in a lot of ways, the opposite. Where, again, like I said before, Utopia, the shining warrior, the bright knight. Here is this dark, violent card, and Ryoga uses it effectively. It's not just here's the effect, steal card, win. It's no, every time Ryoga used it, there was a strategy to it, there was a use of it, and that's what it takes. Silent Honor Dark is one of my favorite design cards, and in my opinion, it is the best used number. But what did you think? Many of you might not agree with that. Tell me that in the comments section below. Give me your favorite numbers. Tell me what other numbers you think could be cool, because there's still several coming out. And as always, click to like and click subscribe, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is now 1 week away, and we still got a couple more things to talk about before it gets here.